I hear players every day preaching the merits of dropping the third ball. And indeed, it is a high percentage way to play the game. More often than not, I see those same players screaming into the kitchen as soon as the ball has left their paddle. It seems that someone along the way told the pickleball world that there is some kind of rush to get to the kitchen. If that describes you, then this video is going to be a game changer. Try to break the objectives down when you're on serve into two distinct parts. You must first win the battle to get to the kitchen line before you have a chance to win the point. Once in a while, you or your partner will hit a third ball so perfectly and from such a good position on the court that you'll have every right to hustle up to the kitchen line in one go. The majority of time, however, you and or your partner are going to have to move forward in phases. This transition area gets a bad rap, typically dubbed no man's land. Let's change that. I don't like to call it that. I like to call it the land of opportunity. Like many of our shots, what to do in this area is dependent a lot on the recognition of how well our previous shot went. Specifically, where to be and how to play the fifth ball should be determined by what you've done with your third ball. Please check out our video on fifth shot capitalization for a take on what to do when the third ball has been executed to perfection. Remember, it's not always the player who hit the third ball who has the best read of whether or not that shot was successful or not. If your partner is hitting the third ball, do your team a favor and get into a good position to help. This means being side on to your partner so that you can firstly give them your full attention, and secondly, it's going to help you move forward or backward quickly. Eyes front and blind faith is a good way to get hit. If your third ball's gone well, congratulations, you get to start moving forward. The moment you see your third ball is heading to a location that is unattackable, then start moving forward. If you notice your partner moving forward also, then you may not need to say anything. However, communication costs nothing, and it's a great habit to get into. A simple go or it's good will suffice. It's good. At this point, do the hard work early. Those first few steps are critical. Make them long and powerful because your objective is to get as far forward as possible before you need to stop and balance. Your opponent's contact of the ball is going to be your cue to stop. With a quality split step, try to get well balanced with your feet a little wider than shoulder width. Given your place on the court, it won't be difficult for your opponent's shot to find your feet. So this is not a time for paddle up. Drop your body height and your paddle. If your third ball hasn't gone to plan, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Quickly call out to your partner to make sure they aren't already on their way to a kamikaze mission. A simple no or stay back will be fine. Stand your ground on or around the baseline so as to give yourself time and space for what might be a powerful volley. Same as with the previous instance, get yourself down to prepare for a low ball. This time, however, separate your feet a little wider to be more explosive with lateral movement. This is because the distance away from you and the net means the possible angles your opponent can use against you are even greater. If the third ball has turned into some kind of awkward lob, God save us. We're at DEFCON 5 here, people. The objective now is simply to stay alive for one more ball. Push back behind the baseline with a powerful split step so as to give yourself the most amount of time and space to deal with the oncoming attack. If the lob has gone down the middle of the court, then you and your partner should squeeze the center and hopefully force them to look for an angle. If the lob goes wide to a player, then whoever is cross-court from them needs to start moving wide enough to cover their sideline. Footwork and positioning are the two things that can separate great teams from just good teams. With a good knowledge of where to be and fast enough feet to get you there, you'll soon be able to have great shot selections and to be able to execute. Like many of our shots, well, the third ball. I'm saying third ball twice. However, communication, let me try that again. I don't know if I have any more in me.